Hi everyone, this is Wadi Ben-Hirki. It's been a long time since I did something like this, so I'm happy to do it once again. A lot has happened in recent years, but the main aim for this video, I have two major goals. One, to talk about my Chevening master's journey, and secondly, to talk about the idea behind the second design that Range is going to roll out. So firstly, some people may have known or might have known that in 2021, I was awarded a Chevening Scholarship by the UK government, the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, and it was a fully funded scholarship. For me, I was co-funded by the UK government and the University of Sussex, where I studied. Fast forward, a few months later, I found myself in the UK to commence my journey. Prior to that, took my pictures with the whole can't keep calm. I've been chosen for Chevening and all of that. But I tell you that I really kept calm when I went there, because the master's journey, it wasn't really funny per se, but it was worth the while and it was really life-changing. So I arrived there, started online because of course, COVID, self-isolation and all. But on the first day that I went to school on campus, I went with a friend of mine who is now like a big brother. And I remember walking into the school premises, and then I saw this long, will I say billboard or something, and then I saw the University of Sussex, first in the world for development studies. I mean, I knew that, and that was why I applied to the school. But when I saw that, I was immediately scared, like imposter syndrome or whatever they call it. Like, oh my days, this is actually happening. Will I do well? Do I even belong here? How will I cope? Because I was having lots of, health challenges, etc. And then I was like, all around me, people from different parts of the world and all of that. And I'm like, oopsies. And then immediately I decided to snap out of it. And I'm like, you actually belong here and you do well. I mean, you've got this, So immediately I told this friend of mine who was with me to take a picture of me there. And I pointed at it. And that was for me a form of like affirmation or encouragement to myself that you actually belong here. And you make reference to this when you graduate. I didn't tell him that, I just took the picture, saved it, and moved on. Fast forward months later, sometime in April, sort of halfway into the program, it was really tough. My health was, getting sort of worse. So many things were just going on. School demands, lots of other engagements and responsibilities. And I'm like, what is going on? So I picked up my laptop, started typing an email that I was going to send to my program officers both in the UK and in Nigeria to say thank you so much for this opportunity, but I don't think I can do this. A part of me was scared that after being awarded such a scholarship, I was going to, fail, mess up, and then it would be like so disappointing, disappointing myself and my loved ones, friends, even people and family, as well as people who, were rooting for me. So I would have rather just dropped out of the program, to focus on my health, etc. But while typing that email, I now snapped out of it again, like, what do you mean? You've got this, you're that girl, like, you can do this. And immediately I closed it and then started another email, wrote to myself, something along the lines of, this is what you would, post when you graduate. And I put the hashtag Wadi distinction. So Wadi, my name plus distinction, that's Wadi distinction. And I said, we can do this. And I wrote something about we did it, Joe. Kamala Harris, Vice President of the US, said that whole we did it, Joe, when they won, their election a few years ago. And so Joe Westbrook, that's my professor. I love her so much. And she was so helpful to me and supportive. So because her name is Joe and the whole we did it, Joe, I now use the whole hashtag we did it, Joe. And then I wrote the email to myself and started saying I would, come back to it. Fast forward, so many things were happening, not to bore you all, but then thankful for my community. It really indeed takes a village, because I had support both from home and even in the UK, colleagues, other students, friends, turned family, my professors, people at Eastgate Baptist Church. So many people rallied around me, to just help my foster mom. Everybody really just came together to help me. And then the rest, they say, is history. Long story short, after dissertation, assignments, and those many things, where distinction became a reality. I graduated with distinction from the University of Sussex, yes, an MA in International Education and Development. So I graduated in January this year. I was happy, had love, you know, people who mean the world to me, many of them who were there present, and it was just an amazing day, you know, and that was few days to my 26th birthday, so many celebrations, you know, at once. But then to talk about, you know, the I belong here design, it was that day when I was like, do you belong here? And I reminded myself, oh, you do belong here actually. And then that was what inspired. So when I was talking to another friend turned brother of mine and worked on the design, I had the idea of I belong here with the location sign, because to me, rangers are mobile billboards. So they move around telling themselves whatever is on their shirts or tote bags or, you know, other merch products, as well as other people who read it being reaffirmed. So when that design came out, you know, a few people, you know, placed the order for that I belong here. And then I also made one for myself. And then it, you know, got it sent to the UK. So on my graduation day, there was this backdrop with you belong here. And I just smiled because that design, I had made it, you know, prior to. And I'm like, that is such a strong message that yes, you actually did belong in the University of Sussex after all. And I took picture there. 2 days later, I went back to school, almost that same spot, pointed back at that place with I belong here, saying, you actually belong here, Wadi. So this is a way to just say that regardless of who you are, where you come from, or what you look like, regardless of all these things, you actually belong in that country you're in, that company, that business, that family, whatever it is. So no place is too high, too much, or too big for you. You belong here, you belong there, you belong everywhere. Thank you.